What is going on, guys? It is your boy Desire, back again with a brand new YouTube video today. And I got a really important story to share with you guys. I wanted to wait until I felt like it was the right time to say it. I'm 20 years old now. I feel like I can say whatever it is that I want to say on my YouTube channel. And, I really can, because I'm old enough now for sure. I can definitely, I feel like I can talk about those things. So we're going to have a talk today, guys. It's about LSD. Lysergic diethylamide, some shit like that. I don't know. Lysergic diethylamide, some shit like that. Anyways, guys, I do not prohibit or, I don't want anybody to use these drugs or anything like that in this video. So it's merely just for harm reduction purposes. So, don't take this like, go do drugs, kids. No, I'm telling you guys actually the complete opposite today. This story is very bad. It's a really bad trip, but it's something I wanted to share with you guys. So anyways, let's go ahead and get right into it. So like the day of my birthday or the day before, I can't really remember, I decided to drop acid. And it was one of the last times I dropped acid, and I've dropped acid about 5 times before. I've dropped it about 5 or 6 times roughly. I don't really remember some of them. Some of them I remember. This last one I remember so well because it was just so terrible. And I really want to tell you guys about it. So, I don't know. I'm probably just going to play some background shit. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get into this story. So, yeah, I dropped acid about, like, on my birthday or the day before or something like that. And I had bought some tabs. I had bought, like, 8 tabs off this guy. So, I had it, pretty stockpiled up. I had 2. After this trip, I was going to take 3 tabs. And every time before that, I've always taken 2. I've always just done 2, and I've never, gone higher than that. Now, these tabs were 120 micrograms a hit. So 120 a hit. So that's like 380 or something like that right there in a hit. That's a pretty high dosage. Like anywhere from like the 300 to the 400s or up are like super high dosages. Like you're going to be tripping balls, So I already knew going into it, I'm going to trip balls. And I don't know, I guess I wasn't really in the right mind state when I went into it. I guess maybe I knew that I wasn't completely happy. So that the trip would probably not end out well. But, I decided to do it anyways. So I popped the tabs, 12 o'clock. It's midnight, I take them. I pop 3 in my mouth. I'm sitting there waiting for it to hit me. I remember just smoking, smoking some weed, just waiting for this shit to hit. Because once it hits, it comes on so strong. So there's a few different phases if you guys didn't know about acid. There's the come up, there's the peak, and there's the come down. So there's those 3 phases that you go through when you're on acid. And so I was coming up, you get really happy, your body starts feeling like numb, and you start just getting so happy, and everything goes crazy, like, from there on out. Everything will just get even better from there. Or worse, in my case. Worse or better. It can go either way. LSD is really roller coastery, and you never know which way it can turn. It's all your thoughts. So if you're a terrible bad thinker, then you're gonna have a really bad trip. But anyways, guys, I remember taking the acid, and I remember during the peak, I decided to put on Madagascar. And I feel like I was going through a stage of ego death, honestly, because I wasn't even able to comprehend who I was or where I was at. I just knew that I was in a happy place at that time. And I remember putting on Madagascar on my TV on Netflix, the very first Madagascar. And I remember just watching that movie and feeling like all the animals, like Gloria and Melvin and the lion and Marty, and I don't even remember all their names, but I remember seeing all those fucking animals, and I just believed that they were honestly teaching me something. I don't know why, I just felt like they were teaching me something. And if you guys remember the part in the movie where they're all in the airplane, and the airplane like launches off, I remember seeing that, and I remember, this is how the bad trip all started. I remember seeing the torture on their faces, like how scared they looked. Well, to me, like, the animals looked terrified. They were all gonna die. That's what I thought I had saw, was all the animals were gonna die. But then the plane took off again, And I just remember them being so relieved after that. But when the plane was going down to crash, they literally were so scared. Like, they looked like they were about to fucking die. That's where it all took a really bad turn. From then on out, after that, I had a visual that my mother had died and that everyone that I knew around me was dead, and that I had myself died. I had died, and I felt it. Like, I literally felt like my heart was stopping and that I was dying. And then I would be revived again, and then I would die again, and then I'd be revived, and then I would die. And it kept just switching back to that. And then, guys, I know a lot of people won't believe me about this, or they'll get, you know, kind of iffy on it, but I promise you guys when I say this, like, I'm not lying about any of this. I remember part of the trip where it literally dragged me to the pits of hell. Like, I saw demons and spirits and all these screaming, agonizing souls, and I saw these demons stabbing me that were just, like, it was like gut-wrenching pain. I remember being crawled on the floor, crying, just begging for help. Because my ex at the time, she was actually on the phone with me, and she said she had heard me crying and stuff. I was, you know, in a whole lot of pain, and I really had just wanted it to end. But when you're on LSD, there's no sense of time, so, you know, the 2 hours that it's gonna last for seems like eternity to you, and because you have no sense of time, so to you it's just you're wanting it to be over forever until it finally is over. And you know, it was a very bad experience, guys. I went to hell, and I was being stabbed and mauled by all these demons. I mean, I saw my guts spewing all over the floor, and it was just very terrible. And I remember one part of the trip when I had thought that me taking LSD caused the whole world to end, and that it was all my fault. It was all my fault that everything bad had happened, and that the world had ended, and my mom died. And Jeff, I remember my stepdad, Jeff, guys, if you guys don't know him, it's my stepdad. I remember him, I was like so worried that he was going to be mad, and he was just going to be mad, and it was all my fault. And I remember in my trip, I remember actually getting up and going out into the hallway, and this was at, like, you know, 4 a.m, and my sisters were still awake. They were in their other room, like, right there. They saw me do this. They saw me get up, and I just had my hands over my head, just walking back and forth going, oh no, oh no, oh no, you know, walking back and forth, oh no, 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 like, this is all my fault, this is all my fault, like, just back and forth, up and down my hallway. I would just keep doing that. And then I would remember that my parents were in the other room sleeping for some reason. I would just remember that. I'd be like, they're sleeping. Shit, I'm just tripping. And I would go back in my room and I would sit there, and then it would just come right back. It would just hit me right back. And it was just so awful, guys. And basically what I want you guys to get out of this little story, it's very bad, guys. LSD is a very evil drug, in my opinion. After doing it, and I've done it 5 times, so I know I've had good trips. And yes, you will have a good trip sometimes, but that one bad trip is so not worth it, because it'll make you remember it for the rest of your life. Like, it was so evil and so bad. The last 2 tabs that I had, I balled it up and threw it away, because I just didn't want to be around it anymore. I didn't even want it in my life, and it was just so evil. So, guys, if there's anything that I want you guys to get out of this, is that don't do acid ever. It's the most evil thing you can do, probably. One of the evilest drugs, in my opinion. And I smoke weed and stuff. It's not really a drug, but, you know, some disagree. But yeah, I smoke weed and all that kind of stuff. Like, so I know. Like, I know more about this stuff than you guys think. So, like, I definitely do not recommend anyone to do acid. It's just so evil and bad. And yeah, I wanted to share this video, or I wanted to share this on my YouTube channel for you guys. I don't know, I felt like it would make for a good story, because the trip was crazy, and it was something that I never want to do again, definitely, because the ending was just so bad. Like, everyone had died, I was dead. It was so evil, guys. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want another acid trip story, or you know, any other drug experience or anything like that, let me know, And yeah, I'll see what I can do. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video when I see you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're new, leave a comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody.